Well, we are still waiting for our first upset of the tournament, unfortunately, because Afghanistan get it done against Pakistan, against the minnows that are Pakistan. Now, people have been asking, Pezza, is this an upset? I'm looking at Rashid Khan draping the Afghan flag around him. I see him dancing with Irfan Pathan. I see the streets in Afghanistan, blokes setting off fireworks and shooting an AK-47 into the air. Party central. Now that to me just sort of resembles, this was an expected win for the Afghans. And we just sort of roll on, still waiting for a close game in the tournament, waiting for our first upset in the tournament. TGC is brought to you by cricket.com. You can download the cricket.com app from your app store. Everything you've ever needed throughout the World Cup, including a new voice for me, which I'm still waiting for to be delivered. You can also support cricket.com by getting behind their YouTube channel. On that, Pez, 250k subscribers for TGC here. Thank you to everyone that's joined us over after the last couple of weeks of the World Cup or whatever. 250k, not bad. 282 for 7 from Pakistan, not enough.
Oh, well done. Yeah, tough for Pakistan. Yeah. Losing to the big three on the trot.
That's right.
India, Australia and Afghanistan.
That's right.
An 8-wicket thrashing. Yes, Ian Bishop is asking, are we still using the word upset? I hope not. Sorry, Ian. Sorry, Bish. We are. It is the stuff dreams are made of for Afghanistan and India. So, well done to the Afghans. I want to say very quickly, right off the top as well, RIP Bishan Bedi.
Yeah.
One of the game's greatest left-arm spinners, 67 tests. Sonny G said overnight that he's the finest left-arm bowler he's seen. So
I saw a
left hand, out of left hand. So, yeah, average of 28.7, 266 poles in test matches. Apparently a very funny, wise man as well. So, respect Bishan B.
I saw Harsha Bogle did a tweet saying, a great night for Afghani cricket, a sad night for Indian cricket. C'est la vie. Well said, Harsha.
Yeah, nice one. And, yeah, the Afghan victory overseen by Jonathan Trott. So, congrats to me, apparently, because he's got no hair. So,
you all look the same.
Trotty,
I see.
All look the same.
I thought you were fantastic in Die Hard, by the way, Pezza.
Thank you. And various other films.
No, just that.
Women.
Just that.
Anyway, on to the three things here, guys.
Please.
Twirlers do the job.
Right.
There we are in Chennai. Not a bad start from Pakistan here. None for 56. Imam al-Haq, Shafiq, get it going. Decent clip. Imam, unfortunately, is a story about how too much pulling could lead to your demise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, blisters.
Blisters everywhere.
Yeah.
When you pull with that level of consistency, it can leave you red raw.
Oh, and the veracity.
You know what I mean? You need to find alternatives.
Yes, alternatives.
You need to, for Imam's selection.
Yep.
That selection, he needs to find alternatives.
Right, okay.
The pulling has left him red raw.
Yep.
He's got to find other ways. And then, the story of the first innings is Noor Ahmed.
Yes.
He goes, 18 years of age.
Right.
He does the business. It's a threefer on World Cup debut. And, I mean, what about this for him? He's on debut, 18 years old. He's playing Rashid Khan, both Afghanistan, Gujarat Titans. It's left arm whippy wristies.
Yes.
Some of us have been there.
What I wouldn't give.
Google's deluxe. You love to see it. He gets Shafiq. He gets Rizwan, who can't pick him.
Yep.
And really, yeah, like... early, through the middle overs, he goes like Babar and Shaq kind of got things going for Pakistan, but it had clip problems. It just wasn't at the correct clip.
Got it.
Iftikhar sort of tried to fix it, but really
Yes.
they got squeezed. Noor Ahmed 3 for 48, Mo Nabi 1 for 31 off 10.
Yes.
And Rashid Khan always doing what Rashid Khan does.
So Noor Ahmed's come in for Faruqi. They selected 9 spinners in the end, Afghanistan. Now you thought, like, when you looked at this game, you thought Afghanistan against Pakistan in Chennai. You're thinking, Afghanistan bat first and then get spun out. Is that the way Afghanistan's going to win the game? Turns out, I mean, they pick all the spinners. They leave out Faruqi at the beginning of the innings. They were going in a decent enough clip. The openers sort of 5, 6 and over at the beginning, and you're thinking, that was a selection error. But what does he finish with? Noor Ahmed 3 for 49. Now, Afghanistan win the game.
And it looks good too. He's good value for 3 for 49. Yeah.
At the back.
Oh, mate.
Reminds me of a young Paul Adams, the old frog in a blender kind of gear. So you think of how are Afghanistan going to win the game? You'd think bat first, then they would spin them out as the deck gets slower because it's the same wicket they used for India and Australia, the first game of the tournament for both those teams. Rashid Khan takes none for. Afghanistan chased 280 and they win the game that way. Like that is fucking unbelievable that they won the game that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into the second thing
It was
there.
good selections then.
I suppose that, Pakistan putting 280 on the board, you're still thinking should be enough, right? Because really, with Afghanistan, you get through a couple of the boys up the top. There's not much sitting underneath.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And Pakistan love an early wicket as well through Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Yes.
But that's not what happened.
He's been unders.
And I've got some evidence to
see.
prove that.
Yes.
It's coming up. It's coming up. So the second thing's called top four big boys. I'm just talking about the top four for Afghanistan.
Okay,
None of them fail.
Yeah.
They all go.
This was a fucking procession, Pezza.
Mate,
This
it was.
procession.
Gurbaz and Zadran got the party started.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't look back. Hamid Shaheen's first over. Hassan Ali dealt with. Harris Ralph dealt with.
Yes.
And he fucking loves getting dealt with in his first over.
Yeah.
It's still conventional mode of thinking is that the squeeze will come. The squeeze must come.
Something will come.
And it doesn't. It doesn't come.
Doesn't come?
No coming of the squeeze.
No fat November.
No problem at all. First wicket, 132. Second wicket, 190.
Yeah.
And then they do it off their dicks thereafter. No problem.
The last stand's 96 as well.
Yeah.
130 for the opening stand before Gurbaz was dismissed for 65. Shaheen eventually got him hooking, caught down at third man. 130 off 21 overs. So they're nearly going at, they're going at 6.5 there to begin with. So they're well ahead of the rate of about 5.8, I suppose. Zadran, 87 of 113. He's next to go by Hassan Ali, picks him up. So the partnerships are 130, 60, 96.
Yeah. Processional.
And they win with
chariots.
And they win with the 49th over. So they win with 6 balls left.
Yeah,
was it
it
6
was.
or 12?
Yeah,
6 balls left. Wasn't quite in the circumstance where they're trying to milk guys to get 100.
No, they hadn't earned that right.
But they haven't earned the right to play just yet. But there's almost nothing really to say about the innings because it was just seamless. Like it wasn't like Pakistan in the game. It wasn't like their spinners Shadab and Assam Amir really did anything.
Mate.
Iftikhar Ahmed, they went at 5, 6,
Shahidi
and 7s.
finishes 48 not out. If he hits 50, every single player in the top four is at 50.
What the fuck is going on? Now, obviously, everyone in the comments is going to tell us, first of all, what Rachin Ravindra's name is, an amalgam of.
I heard that it's like an amount. I can't remember, but
I've
someone
not
said
heard that.
it's Rachin, and it
Rachin
I know it sounds
Ravindra?
familiar to me.
I don't remember.
Rachin Ravindra.
That's news
but it's
to me.
apparently it's an amalgamation of I don't know what
Well,
it is.
let us know in the comments if that is the case. But
Yeah.
but there's that, and there's also
a player he is.
People are going to be telling us that this is an upset. But again, I'm seeing the celebrations. I'm seeing guys fire off AK-47s on TikTok in the air in Afghanistan. I'm thinking, well,
They literally haven't beaten
some
Pakistan.
sort of surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the highest ever World Cup. No, it's the highest ever chase at Chepuk.
Yeah.
It's
Afghanistan's highest ever chase.
highest ever chase in ODIs. It's the highest ever successful run chase against Pakistan in a World Cup.
That was 7-0 against Pakistan, losing.
So a few
0-7
things there
if you
being
will.
now obviously you and I before the game were like, well, for me, Afghanistan very likely to win this game. Well ahead. Yeah, favourites.
Because I understand cricket.
But
They're a very, very good team.
We sort of see things that others don't, but a lot of people will be surprised that Afghanistan have won this game, but not me.
I want to read out what Harsha wrote. He said, I didn't think I would say this, but Pakistan's bowling has been insipid, like it has been defanged. Not one bowler had any bite to him, and the team will be the first to admit the fielding was embarrassing. I have rarely, if ever, seen Pakistan's bowling as ineffective. Cue it up, he goes.
It's time for Cricket.com's Stat Dog.
Who better? Don't even fire rat.
So good to say.
Don't even fire rat.
Cricket.com's Stat
A good little boy.
Welcome back, if you skipped. Last 3 power play totals against, but this is backing up what Harsha says. This is from the
Okay.
cricket.com. Guys, best stats in the business. last three power play totals against Pakistan this World Cup. 79 for 2 by India in Ahmedabad. Okay, they pick up 2. They're still 79 against. 82 for none by Australia in Bengaluru. 60 for none by Afghanistan in Chennai. Let's keep going. Let's delve deeper. Haris Rauf's first over.
Yeah.
All right, first 2 games, none for 6, none for 5. Okay. Next 3 games. Against India, goes for 14 off his first over. Against Australia, goes for 24 off his first over. Against Afghanistan, goes for 17 off his first over.
Fucking hell.
Right? Okay, worst economy in the first over for a bowler this World Cup. So that's Haris Rauf again, 13.2 in the 5 overs he's bowled. Okay, let's move to Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Please.
He goes, in the first 10 overs of a game,
Yeah.
in his last 7 games. We're going back 7 games,
Yeah.
right? This is his returns from the first 10 overs of the game.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
So his first spell, basically. In his last 7 games, in the first 10 overs, he has taken 1 wicket. So he's the guy who breaks things open. In the last 7 games, he's taken 1 pole in that period, at an average of 169, an economy of 6.3 per over, strike rate 162. They're inflated because he's only taken the 1 wicket. But still, at 6.3, he hasn't priced it open. Like the team relies on him breaking through. He's been unders, unfortunately. I'm going to guess it's injury gear. Okay, and then you think, okay, all right.
Okay.
If the quicks can't get it done, Azim Shah's injured, Haris Rauf's getting off to bad starts, and Shaheen's unders deluxe.
Yes.
Perhaps the spinners can pick it up.
What about the spinners,
The
Pezza?
underperforming Pakistan spinners, Mohammad Avaz, 31 overs, 2 wickets at 95, at an economy of 5.8. Shadab Khan, 28 overs, 2 wickets, average of 90 at 6.4. Iftikhar Ahmed, 20 overs, 1 wicket at 102, economy rate of 5.1. Usama Mir, 17 overs, 1 wicket, an average of 137 at 8.1. Everybody is bowling terribly.
Fucking hell.
They're bowling fucking badly.
That is alarming. That is really alarming. Now, like, there must be like such great disappointment in the Pakistan fans, a lot of whom who watch this here channel.
Probably not today, but
probably not today. But like, given how informed they were heading into the tournament, and they have just fallen over. What's their run of form been? So they beat the Netherlands, they beat Sri Lanka, so they were 2 from 2, lost to India, lost to Australia, lost to Afghanistan. Their next game is against South Africa, then Bangladesh, then New Zealand, then England. Look, they're not gone from the tournament, but they've already lost 3 games out of 5. They've got a very tough game, it seems anyway, against South Africa next. And you highlight the bowling and how big a problem the bowling is. Well, South Africa's strength is obviously their batting. So that doesn't look too good.
You know,
but that's
losing to India and Australia.
Yes,
that is something that could happen, and they were underdogs in both of those games by any reasonable kind of analysis.
That's right.
But when you're conceding games that you really should be winning to make the top 4, with respect to Afghanistan, who are clearly a good team, and that we've got lots of good stuff to say about them coming up, then you're in trouble. It's like England losing to the Netherlands. When you Afghanistan. You know, when you drop one of those games you're expected to win, cat pigeons, you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Third thing, the Afghans, they in this?
They're the party.
I asked that because that's 2 victories for the Afghans against, like, they're like, 4-point turnarounds.
Yes.
Against England and Pakistan.
Well,
and they've got the Netherlands and Sri Lanka next.
So if there has been an upset in the tournament so far, which we acknowledge there hasn't been,
yes,
the upset might have been Bangladesh beating Afghanistan in the first game. Had they won that game, they'd be on 6 points. They didn't. They lost the game. They're on 4 points. Their next 2 games, as you rightly say, Sri Lanka and then Netherlands. And then I think if they upset either Australia or South Africa in the last 2 games, so they have to win. They'd have to beat Sri Lanka and Netherlands. That'd be 4 wins, 8 points. If they then get one more upset against either Australia or South Africa, that's 5 wins. That may well be enough. At the moment, it looks like India, New Zealand, South Africa, and Australia has the front running. They play against the Netherlands next. Things are happening in this World Cup.
A lot more time. There's much more to go.
So many more games. But you're asking if there's a pathway. Yes, I see a pathway.
There's a pathway to victory.
Yes.
Pakistan, are they cooked? Are you writing it off?
Yes, I am, only because history suggests that they are not a team that's ever turned anything around in the history of their sporting in their cricket lives.
Yeah.
You know, they're such a form of hot running. Like when they're hot, they are fucking hot. Hottest thing you've ever seen in your entire life.
Tamasha.
Hottest teacher you've ever had at school.
Yeah.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
When they're
hot
hot.
ones.
When they're
hot
hot.
ones, YouTube, yeah.
Hot ones.
Chili.
Hot wings. Exactly. That kind of gear. Pit My Ride. Hottest thing you've ever seen.
Exactly.
PlayStation in the back. Yes, please.
Sahara Desert. Let's go.
When things are going wrong for them, they may well not win another game in the World Cup. That's just where it's going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like so yes.
Last thing that happened. Happens forever.
I am saying here on this channel right now, Pakistan are gone.
Okay. Hashtag AskTGC. This comes in from, get it close to your eyes, Dr. Rauna Kamashi, 5708.
5701.
5708.
Oh, 8.
Yes.
Oh, I was getting confused with the guy. Yes, 5701.
Is that a reference to something? Have I missed something?
No,
here? Okay.
no.
Yeah.
I was getting the right YouTube channel
5701.
reference.
Yeah, Dr. Ramakamashi here.
Yeah.
Do you boys believe that this is the moment of resurrection of ODI cricket in the subcontinent? Now, there are two ways of looking at this.
Yeah.
Last night, there were apparently 43 million people watching this game.
Is that right?
Yep. And that may just be in India. But
Okay.
when you see a team like Afghanistan, full member nation, of course,
Yes.
I was tempted in the Rattan Ravindra style to call them an associate team just to tick it off.
Yeah.
I've got my own issues, but
Yeah.
full member nation. But when you see a team like Afghanistan beat Pakistan the way that they did
Mm-hmm.
in the moment that it was, you really are true. And I'm being earnest here. These are the fruits of investment in the global game.
Totally.
You know, think about how good a lot of these Afghan cricketers are from the context that they have developed their skills in. You know, stuff we couldn't even fucking imagine here, right? Incredible cricketers.
Never played a home game. That kind of
Exactly.
gear.
That's how you grow. That's how you grow the game. It creates moments like this from which further can be invested. Hopefully,
Yes.
Also complex. And the game grows accordingly. The international game grows accordingly.
Right.
That is what the global game is all about. On the other hand, the Cricketer magazine reported yesterday that the long-range prospects of the one-day game will be discussed at the International Cricket Council's next board meeting in November. The inference being that this could be it.
Yeah. Well, Joe Root had similar comments being like, what's the point of this? no one's playing it. What's the point? So, you know, but at the same time, India's going to win the World Cup. So what does that mean? Can they get some more, you know, is that going to, what am I trying to say? Pump in some more blood
Yeah, like I
into
think
the cock of world cricket?
Yeah. The sporting argument holds very strong for ODI cricket. It is really the format that grows the game for a lot of these teams. I know T20 cricket is there as well, but ODI cricket is the long form, and a lot of them through this the World Series cricket they've been playing, whatever the fuck it's called. They're playing heaps of it, you know, and same as the Netherlands, and they're showing their wares as a result of it. Sporting argument's fantastic. The commercial argument of its competitor, domestic franchise cricket, is a fucking steam train against a bike.
Yeah.
You know? It's sad and grim. It does reflect perhaps audience preferences somewhat. So you can't sledge it too much, I suppose, if it really is what the people want. But the cricketer, I think, definitely suggested that once this ODI World Cup is over, India's won it. It's on the table at the ICC, and I suspect
We are currently in injury time.
Yep.
Somehow Afghanistan have got themselves a golden generation. What's going to happen for the rest of the World Cup? I don't know, but it's pretty fucking amazing to watch. On this channel, there is plenty of pretty fucking amazing things to watch. Even coming out today, we've got a conversation with Matt Roller from ESPN Crick Info, Adam Zampa in India, and also Tess Flintoff and Kim Garth in our studio. That's already happened. That's coming out later on the channel today. If you are new to TGC, why not click subscribe? It's been a fun journey throughout the World Cup. This was actually literally the halfway point of the World Cup. Game 23 of 47, I think it is. There's still a month to go. I don't know what's going to happen. Neither do you. Click like, click subscribe, drop a comment below, and we'll see you guys on the internet today.